I have played Midnight since last Friday when Early Access launched, and I'm going to go over all the things I've learned about leveling in Midnight in this video. This video will be for people who want to level effectively, but also people who want to take it more casual. We're going to go over everything, so let's dive straight into it. So, there are some enchants. If you're going to do a lot of quests, these enchants are very valuable as there's a lot of running. This socket will give you movement speed per unique gem color you have in it. In the other sockets, this enchant for cloak will give you movement speed. This enchant for bracers will also give you movement speed. And these boots enchants will also give you movement speed. Now, if you are a player that is going to do the main story campaign, there's also an add-on you should have, which is called Follow the Arrow. That is a speedrunner who has made this add-on, and it will just tell you where to go if you want to have a relaxed leveling experience during the main campaign. For now, it only works on the main campaign. The author has said he's going to update it later with other alt leveling styles too. There's another few add-ons you should have, which this one goes for every player. It is the Handy Notes and the Handy Notes Midnight Edition, because that will tell you when there are rares or treasures nearby. And also, Rare Scanner is really good for actually finding the rares and getting a large air horn when there is a rare nearby. These give you gear, experience, and most sought after Renown, so they can be really useful to kill when you come by them. Also, for every character you hit level 90 with, you will get an achievement. Let's take a look at it. It is the Warband Mentors Midnight. This achievement, let's make it a little bit larger, gives you 5% per level 90 up to a cap of up to a cap of 25%. So since my main is 90 and my alt is 90, it will give me 10% additional experience all the way up to level 90. What does this mean? This means that for every alt you level, it will be faster and easier. It also means that you should finish, if you have an account that is 89, you should finish it before you go on a new one, because that will give you 5% additional experience on your second character, or next character rather, you're leveling. Now, if you're level 82, obviously will take you so much time to hit level 90 that is not worth it unless you enjoy playing that character specifically. But it's really good to know about this buff, and it's a really nice buff for rewarding people for hitting level 90 with multiple characters. Another thing you should also do when you're starting to level out, if you have multiple level 80 characters, is that you should log on each of them once. Just log on and log off. Because once you have logged on a character that is not max level, which it won't be anymore since Midnight has released, it will start accruing the rested experience. But you have to log on them. If they haven't been logged on since Midnight released, they won't be gathering it. So just log on, log off, and they will start building that up to 2 levels, I believe, of rested experience. It is very valuable. Another thing you can do is that you can turn on the war mode. Now this is only if you feel like it. That means there will be open world PvP outside of the cities. So it is up to you if you want to turn this on or not while you are leveling. It is a 15% experience gain to have it on. So it is quite significant. However, if you do get slowed down by a lot of PvP, then it won't be worth it. So that is completely up to you if you want to have it on or not. You just turn it on for your talent page and then this button right here. If there are any methods you have heard about or you know about, or any tips and tricks to level that I am not going over, then I would love to hear about that in the comment section below so that you can teach me those things and every other viewer that checks the comment section. I would love to learn from you as well. And I'm sure there are some things I have missed. However, I do think I have caught most of them. If there's any specific topic you want to dive further into and you don't want to hear all the other stuff, then YouTube will be dividing this video into chapters down below. So on your timeline, you will be able to see the chapters and you can just jump straight to that one part you are interested in. Or if you would just want to learn all of the tips and tricks, then just watch on the video. Let's dive into this different leveling methods. The most efficient method you can start with when you are level 80, before you even start any of the midnight sections of the game, is to go and kill war within elites. Near Meter Brew Cinerate, there will be a lot of bees and wolves you can go and kill, which provide a lot of experience. And they stop giving experience once you hit level 81. That's why this is the preferred method for level 80 to 81. You can do big AoE pulls if you are efficient and have a good character for it, or you can just do one pack at a time. Either way, it will give you a lot of experience when you kill them. As you can see here, I am gathering up these elite mobs, and there might be some normal mobs in addition as well. My XP is 41% here at level 80. And then we're just going to start AoEing them down. So let's take a look at the XP jump up. It started at around 40% when I pulled this pack, and I've already gained about 10%. This is just to showcase how insane it is. And this works even before you start the Midnight campaign. The big elites give almost 4 or over 4,000 XP each. It is really efficient and really, really good. Once you are done with the elite method, so you are level 81, or if you don't want to do the elite method and you are level 80 starting off in Midnight, that is completely fine too. You go to this location in Dornogal, or you can go to the image of Liadrin in Orgrimmar or Stormwind as well, which I do have a short showing all the locations that will be shown on the screen right now, and it will be in the description below if you want to go to those places instead. Then you can start the Midnight Introduction. Now, if you have already completed it, there is a method to skip it, which I also have made a video about that will also be shown. So that is how you can skip around 40 minutes to an hour if you have already completed it. And then you just talk to the NPC and start the campaign. If you've gotten to level 81 and you are level 2 Renown with a faction, you can actually buy gear right here at this location from the Silver Moon Quartermaster. But you do need Voidlight Marl to buy gear, so how can we get that over to our alt account? You can open your currency tab, then you can change this to all warband transferable, this filter. Then you can click the Voidlight Marl, you can click transfer, you choose who you want to send it from, then you choose the amount you want to send over, and then you'll have it. Then you just click the vendor, open his store, click the item you want to buy, and buy it. Then, as you can see, I have an item level 180 helmet at level 81 that I can use for my whole leveling process. There are also renowned vendors for the other free factions that you can go and buy the level 180 leveling gear from as well, totaling up to 4 pieces of equipment, which is really valuable to start on with your leveling experience if you didn't have good gear from the previous expansion. Now that you are level 81 on your leveling character and you have the gear from the renowned vendors, it's kind of up to you how you want to level up towards 88. It is important that if you want to level super fast, we can do a method which I will show later in the video where we can skip most of level 88 and 89. Now you could technically skip any 2 levels you would want, but it's most efficient to skip level 88 and 89 because that is what those levels are more difficult to go through than other levels. So there's only one requirement you need for that skip, which is something you should get done before you hit level 88, which is to do all of the different, let me just show you one here, delves. You should go into a delve, then you should pick up the Delver's Call quest, then you should complete that delve, and therefore the quest will be completed. But do not hand in the Delver's Call quest. The Delver's Call quests give a ton of XP, and that XP scales with your level. So when you're level 88 or 89, it is a higher amount than when you are lower level. So you should make sure you do all 8 delves, so that you have all 8 Delver's Call quests ready to be handed in, but then you don't hand them in, and I will go over the hand in part at the end of the video. We will also remember to use War Mode for that part so that you get all that XP boosted up with War Mode. It is a huge benefit towards your leveling experience. So, to get towards 88, like I said, make sure you do the 8 delves. What else? Well, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can do the campaign. If you haven't done the campaign on any character yet, I highly advise you to do that. That will put you at around 87. So you're already close to that 88 mark I mentioned. If you already completed the campaign, there is a full campaign skip, which I will also show towards the end of the video. So you do not have to do the 17 chapters again if you don't want to, but you have to do them once on one character. Then you can choose to either level with dungeon spam. You can just go to Dungeon Finder and start queuing up. I did that on one of my alts. The queues were pretty fast. It felt pretty nice. You can also, if you want to full on relax, you can just dungeon spam with a single button assistant. Then you just have to move around in the dungeon and spam your single button assistant keybind. You can just drag it into your hotbar, put it on Q or something, and then it will do your a weaker rotation, but a good enough rotation for leveling for you. So that is a really chill way to level. Another thing that can be really valuable is to level your renowns. I have a full renown guide, which will also be shown on screen now, and it will be linked in the description if you're interested in how the renown works. However, leveling your renowns up can be very valuable because you can get better gear from like around level 7 to 9 on the different renown vendors when you hit level 90. And a good way to level your renown is to do side quests. Side quests give you XP and renown, and they give quite a bit of renown. That part is gone over in the other video, so just make sure to look at that if you're interested. Another thing you can do is that the Shadow Guard Point Delve has a special story 1 out of 3 days that you can do a massive pull, kill those mobs, reset the delve on repeat. There will be lots of videos and guides on how to do that method. It is more min-maxy, it is quite stressful, you can't sit there and relax, etc. Like I said, it can also only be done 1 out of 3 days. So I'm not going to go over that method in this video, I just wanted you to know that it exists so that you can just search it out on your own if you are interested. Other than that, like I said, I recommend campaign if you haven't done it, side stories if you want to level your renown, or just dungeon spam up to level 88. Now we're getting to the fun part here. This is when we're turning in the delve quests. In this video, I forgot to have war mode on, just so you know. But all you're doing is you turn on war mode and then you go hand in the quests. This should be done if you're going to use the next method we're going to go over, which is profession crafting. Then you should start handing your delve quest into level 88. Another creator made a video going over all of the details about how much XP you need to hit level 90 at the end of the delve, hand-in, and the profession crafting. So if you're interested in the details of exactly when to start doing this, you should take a look at the video. I will make sure I link his video in the description below so it will be easy for you to find. If you're more of a casual player, you don't care that much, all you have to make up your mind about is, are you going to do the first crafts of profession or not? And we will show exactly how those are done in the next section of the video. If you are going to do professions, then you should start handing in your delve quests when you hit level 88. If you're not going to do professions, then you can wait towards level 89 before you start handing in these quests. Make sure you turn on war mode for this, because this is just flying around handing quests. The 15% war mode bonus is definitely worth it. I get 88k experience here at level 88 per Handen, and I don't even have war mode turned on, so make sure you remember to do it. It is massive. So you just fly around and hand in all of the L8 delve quests when you're ready for that. And that is why we completed them earlier, but did not hand them in. So the next part here, or the last part actually, is the first crafts profession method. So, as you can see on the screen right now, I completed a first craft here of bright linen bolts for tailoring. That gave me 16,000 experience just to craft this one item. So how it works is that each craft has a first craft bonus, and you can use the filter here at the top left if you see it as well to right up here, you have the filter button where you can filter for first crafts only. And then what you do is you start a profession at level 1, you go to the profession trainer, you learn the midnight professions for that from that trainer. Then you just do first crafts. Once you're done with all the cheap ones, you might want to go a little bit higher than level 1 as well. Whatever you deem cheap enough for you to do with your gold amount. Then when you're done, you just unlearn the profession and pick up a new one and repeat. I've heard that tailoring is the best for this to begin with, and then enchanting, but do whichever you want to do. Doesn't really matter. I'm sure the prices will fluctuate as well, depending on what people are using. And then once you are done with that method, this method will give you 70% of a level if you do all as much as you can. Once you have that, you will just stop getting XP. So if you're 89 and 30%, you can go all the way to level 90. However, it's not that important. If you're 89 and 10% and you want to go do this because it's so fast and easy, just go and do it. And then you just go and level the last 20% afterwards. So that is actually the last leveling method we're going to go over, because now your character will hit level 90. So then I just want to congratulate you on hitting level 90. What to do once you're level 90? If this was your alt account, then you can actually walk straight in here, right into this inn, and talk to the Soridormi NPC as long as you have completed the campaign on a different account. And you can tell her to untangle your timelines and skip the whole midnight campaign. Once you have skipped the campaign, there are a few. We're not going to go deep into level 90. That would be for a different video. This is mainly about hitting level 90. However, just a few quick tips and tricks. If you do the hard mode praise, you can get veteran level gear, 2 pieces. And if you go do the renown stuff, you can get 4 more pieces. Both of those things, like I said, also have videos. The pray method also has videos on it from me. All of my videos about these topics will be in the description below. So then, congratulations! You have now hit level 90 and you have completed the Midnight campaign. I would love to hear which alt or class you're gonna level next and what are you gonna main in Midnight. So please share with me in the comment section down below. If you do like these more in-depth guides or quick easy guides, as I make both, make sure to hit the subscribe button to the channel, which is completely free to do, and it will help me out a lot as well. And then you can get notified on the next upload. Thank you so much for watching. This was Indigon, and I hope to see you in the next video.